Okay. I think we're going. Yep. We are live again. Welcome back, everybody. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. We are back at it again. Oh, shoot. So, I realize I haven't been uploading this to my GitHub. I gotta do that real quick. Git. I'll just say it was today. I mean, I've been working on this the past couple days. I need to get back into the habit of regularly pushing this stuff. It's just I don't have a team anymore, so I don't really need to do that. Clean up scripts, fix bugs, yay stuff. Pick up, drag, ladder / climb. No, ladder. I just call it ladder, and then mantle. I mean, I don't know. I just gotta get it into the GitHub. Okay. Let me see where we're at. I think I might need to do, like... I really wanted to, like, work on getting things... I really wanted to work on getting things, what do you call it, refactored. I think I might work on that today. I just have to look at the scripts and see if it's possible. Okay, oopsie. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this. Player scripts. Let's hit the player. Add a component. We'll call it interact. Create. Now, no, yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna work. Because this could be an interact, this could be an interact. Climbing isn't an interact. Man, this is kind of a hard choice. Okay, let's go to one of my other game and look how its interact script behaves and just kind of copy that and then modify some stuff over here to make it work the same way. Projects, the veil, assets, should be a player spot. I guess not. Player, here we go. Interactor. Let's just open this up. It's an interface with an interact function. Okay. So let's go ahead and copy this, and then we're going to modify it so that it works for my boy. Interact. And then we're going to make an interface that's an interactable. There will be no prompt. It'll be similar to pickup, how pickup works. Grab range and grabbable layer. It's just grab range. It's literally just grab range, I think. Okay. We'll try this. I deleted the... I see this. I see the interact point, the grab point is going to be important. Okay. Okay. It might actually just be this. Grab point, grab range. This is interact range, interact point. Public interact point. Transform. Let's just make sure that's correct. Hold point, grab range, grab a layer. Grab point. Grab point. There we go. Transform. Transform. Interact point. What does serializable mean? Serialize. Filled. Serialize. This is field unity. What is this again? No. They need to be public. Interact point. And then this is interact range. Layer mask interaction layer. Interaction layer. If your hits are greater than 0, then you're going to try to interact with the object, and then otherwise you're going to release the release the interaction. So this is what the interaction interface is looking out for. Whenever you hang on, what is the naming conventions for interaction or interfaces? Naming convention for interface. Okay. Let's do interface in C#. Interface naming conventions. Thing. Conventions and criticisms against them all have the reasons behind them, so let's run down some reasons behind conventions. Interfaces are prefixes such as I to differentiate interface types from implementations. As mentioned above, there needs to be an easy way to distinguish the thing as its interface thing, so the convention serves to this end. Okay, that's fine. Now I gotta go back to my other scripts and just remember how this works. Because I think what happens, hang on, let's go scripts, environments, let's look at a lamp. So a lamp implements interactable, and on awake it does this stuff, updates, interact, on interact, audio source play one shot, status equals blank. Really? That's all it does? Is that really all it does? Wait, hang on. So let's go look to see my note controller. Because my notes... text. My dialogue, for sure, is it interactable? When you interact, it does all this stuff. And then my interactor is the thing that sends out a raycast. If there's something in range, it'll try to get the component, try to get out interactable object. Okay, I think this is how it interacts. So in this instance, let's go ahead and move this to the left and move this to the side. Let's close this. Close this. So in my previous interactor, since it was 3D, I sent out a ray forward on the camera. That raycast, if there were hits on the raycast, it would come back and try to give the component of that object, the interaction component of that object. The interaction component of that object had a prompt. And so, like, the cursor would talk about the prompt, or it would, like, show the prompt on the screen. And then, if you pressed E while looking at that thing, you would get the action of that object. Is the Unity engine. Yeah, working on a Unity game right now. I'm trying to refactor some code that I wrote for this guy. Right now, currently, he he picks up objects and he can drag objects. Oh shoot, hang on. Let me comment out all this stuff. Right now he can drag and pick up stuff. I'm trying to make it so that he can only, what do you call it? So that it's interaction based or interface based, because the code can get kind of messy, and the doing stuff in the inspector can be kind of messy. Whenever I'm doing it the way that I'm currently doing it, it's kind of spaghetti coded right at the moment. But like, he can pick stuff up, he can jump up on top of it, he can push things, and then he can take this and move it over here. He's gonna jump up here. And the reason I'm trying to make an interface 2 is so that when he interacts with something generically, it'll like be defined by the object that he's interacting with. Because I want to include buttons. I would like to include like switches and buttons and things that he can just generically interact with. Not just like picking up stuff and dragging things. He can also climb ladders. I haven't done the animation for this yet, so it's kind of wonky. But you see he's climbing. You can't really see up there. Hang on. So he's like up here now. See him? Down. Come up over here. Yeah. So this is right now just I'm just working on the features for the game. But refactoring is going to be a huge part, so I have to take the time to get it to work properly and work generically, because right now it's written very hyper-specific. So what I'm doing is, this is an old interactor from another game that I made. This is the interface. This interface was super good, really flexible, and I want to use something similar, but it's like converting from 3D interfaces to 2D interfaces. Or like, no, sorry. It's converting from like a 3D raycast to a 2D colliders overlap. That's kind of what I'm working on right now. So like, I just kind of have to understand how this behaves, and then I can write it over here. Right now what it is on the update function, it is overlapping a circle. I guess I should erase this. It's overlapping a circle. What I should do is, since this is hit info here, I should be able to get hit info here as well. So it should be like collider.gameObject.tryGetComponent, and then I'll write the same thing, which is out interactable object obj. So what this is saying, I think actually I don't need this collider part. I'm trying to get the game object out of this hit. What is this? What is this? What is this giving me? Hello. Looks awesome. Thank you so much. Hi, Chin. He is being abducted. I need to work on the animation for that, but I figured that this was more important. Just a little bit. So this is a hits 2D collider. It is actually going to be 0. And then I should be able to get the game object from 0. Okay, so basically what I've done is like, it's going to, let me draw a picture. So my boy, he's going to come and run up to like something that's in the environment. When he's in range of this thing, what happens is I press E, and the game engine will draw like a yellow circle in front of me. And if it sees that there's something, a collider of some kind, that has an interactable class on it, it's gonna get that object. This object. So like, it'll be stored and defined. I guess yellow's not very clear. Like, it'll like put in a little interaction circle. And then that interaction circle will store what this object is. This object is the thing that's going to define what happens in the game. In this instance of interaction. Let me see. It is... Okay. It's 20 minutes. Alright. So... As it stands... As it stands... The one thing that is different here is that... how do I explain this? There's like... When you're picking something up and dropping it, you'll interact with this thing in two different ways. So like... How do I explain this? I want to like freeze up the interactor whenever it's interacting with an object, but there's instances where like you just pick something up and then there's no like need to release. So like here, like you're picking up a box, but let's say that it's like, oh, it's a one shot where my player runs up and all he's doing is like picking up a key. Like this will just go in his inventory. There's no need to release control or like freeze up control in this instance. He'll just walk up, I'll press the interact button, it'll look at the key and it'll pick it up. So I'm trying to figure out hits game object 0, if hits game object 0, try to get component object to try to interact. So I'm trying to get component. So when I press E, it gathers the hits, it looks at the first hit, and it interacts. Now, if I press E, this actually might just be action.object. Action.object. Oh, action. I don't want to invoke it. It's just obj. You just pass the obj into here. And you define the interact. So to define the interaction, this is it. This is all that happens. Action goes here to the interaction.interact. So it takes that object and it plays the interaction. I might want to redefine this in some way. This action, because yeah, I might have to actually, because action is defined here. What I'll do actually is I'm gonna write another function, private void, and it's gonna be release. I feel like it's gonna sound super ignorant, but I know in the long dark you can pick up a lot of things, and there's a bit of an intermediary where you have to hit the same key to keep it up. If you're talking about like a QuickTime event where you have to click the button over and over again, you can technically do this with this kind of thing. Or another key to put it back down. Can a similar principle apply? Yes. Though I would, let's see. Oh, I see. Like the inventory system. So I kind of have to remember that. Let me just pick this up. So like basically, whenever a player picks up stuff in the long dark, there's like this inventory grid system that you can like work with, right? But also you have like inventory at the bottom of your UI where you can like scroll through and have different things in your hands. And then if you press G, he throws it on the ground. That is similar. I feel like you would do it in the same way, where F is defined, or E is defined for like picking things up, and then F is defined for dropping them, or F is like flashlight, and then G is dropping them. And so based on like where you are in your inventory array, when you press G, it throws out the right item. I'm pretty sure that is also done the same way. But in this instance, I want E to, like, I want one singular button to be sorry. I want one single button to do everything. And it's because I'm using controller as well. I literally want it so that the player only has to press 2 buttons, maybe. A and X. X to interact, A to jump, and that's all you got, you know? And so I want all the interactions to be defined by the singular button. That's why I'm like putting so much effort into this. Now release interaction object. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do another function that's defined by the interface. So this is the public void interact. I'm also gonna make in the interface public void release. So they have to define release. Now release might not do anything at all. Whenever you interact, I need this thing to define. Oh, I got it. It's this. It's gonna be, these are the functions. I need the interface also to define a public bool one shot. So in this instance, is that gonna work? Can I define booleans here? Interfaces cannot contain instance fields. Can I do an abstract? Abstract, please. I don't think I can do an abstract. Can I do an abstract class? Must declare a body because it is not marked abstract, external, or partial. A public abstract void. And a public abstract. Come on. Damn it. Abstract. Class A interactable. So we'll use this. A here. Hang on. Naming conventions for abstract classes. C#. Let's see. And see, the interface naming convention is my interface. Are there naming conventions for abstract classes? Normally, there's no suffix prefix used for naming abstract classes, unlike interfaces which have a prefix I. Just give your class a name that describes what it's for in a short, precise way. That's fine. Okay, in that case, let's go ahead and rename this to interactable. Interact cannot convert interactable to I interactable, so I need to come over here and just take this away. Take this away, and then I'll do this. Interact obj dot release. Now, the cool thing. So now that I have this as an abstract class, that abstract class will define the one shot. Now this boolean's gonna define if it's like a one shot thing or if it's gonna it's gonna do the release. Now, basically, if we get a hit, oh shit. Okay, got it. Sorry. So I also need a private boolean here. Private bool release interaction control frozen. How do I explain this? So basically, the play in instances where it's not a one shot, meaning you have to interact and then release control. You have to. This boolean is the thing that defines if your like controls are hung up or not. Control freeze, or enabled, interaction enabled, or in progress. Oh, interacting. Let's just do interacting. Interacting equals false to start. Okay, so interacting, this boolean just defines whether or not the player is currently interacting with something. Fuck. Now, I'll have to rewrite this if statement. I can also get rid of this. I don't need these. Oh, shit. Hang on. Action. We'll just say counter action. Counter action here. Can do some cool stuff with that. Counter action OBJ. OBJ. Now, if I perform an action and so if one shot. Oh shit. Interact obj dot one shot. So if it's not a one shot, that means that we are gonna need a like something on the tail end to happen. So that means we're gonna freeze in the we're gonna freeze the interactor. So interacting goes to true. So basically, if I perform an action and that object is not a one shot, that means I'm grabbing something and then I need to release it. I'll say that the interacting script is performing something, meaning that it needs to release on the next time that it hits E. So I will not commit another action. So basically, and not interacting. Does that work? So let's consider the first instance. I am this is bad because it's gonna do counter actions over and over and over again. Oh, that's another thing. This is gonna look at the object. This needs to like maintain a connection with that object. Okay. So private, interactable. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is if it is not a one-shot, I say interacting, and then interactable is equal to interact object. And then here I'll do the interact object, interact object. What's wrong? Oh, sorry. It's interactable goes here. Interactable. So when I first interact with the object, I'll pass in that object to the action. It's going to see if it's a one-shot or not. If it's not a one-shot, it's going to say that we're interacting with something, and it's going to capture that object. Now, on the next time that I hit E, I want it to do the counter option if I am... if I'm interacting. So if interacting is true, then I do the counter interact. Now, another thing that's a problem is that, let's say I'm not in range of something, then it's also going to do the counter action for the last previously saved interactable. So I have to redefine this somewhere else. So basically, I'm going to put it up here before I even collide. If not interacting, I'm going to do the counter interaction. And then I'm going to return and like just end this loop. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to do it. And remember, this only happens if I press E, or press the interaction button. Counter interact. Okay. Now, if it gets past this point, then it's just going to start... oh, no. If you are interacting, if you're interacting and you pressed E, you press E, and you are interacting, you do the counter action, and then you get out. Counter action will say interacting is equal to false because you've stopped interacting, and then the interactable is equal to null because you don't have the object in your possession anymore, or you're not interacting with the object. Okay, so now this is my abstract class, the interactable abstract class. It has to define a public bool, and it also has to define the interact and release functions. Okay. So now I have to write my pickup and grab as interactions, or interactable functions, or interactable classes. Oh, sorry, they have to inherit from the interactable. I think this will work. If you are not a one-shot, you're going to do this stuff. Okay, I just have to remember this. Counter action. Release? Interact and release? Okay. So, we're going to save this. And then I'm going to make one of these. I'm going to make an interactable version of this. So I'm going to do I pickup. I'm going to rename these on the tail end here. I'm at 40 minutes. So I pickup is going to inherit from interact. Or no, it's gonna inherit from interactable. Let me go look at that other code again. Hang on. Dialogue is a perfect example. Because it might need to say, like, public class, I pick up, mono behavior, interactable. Was that the name of my interact script? No. That's the name of the abstract. Interactable. Okay, so now interactable, I have to define interact. Let me just go over here and just double check. So here's my interact. So public void interact, public void okay, so public void interact, and then public void release. And then I need the definition, or the boolean. Public bool one shot. Okay. Now public bool one shot. I'm gonna say here. The pickup is not a one-shot. Okay, so that's that. Now the pickup is defined by this stuff. So I'm gonna need all these for sure. Let me just copy this over. There's a lot. Just copy this. I pick up, jump over here. So I know that I'm gonna need all this stuff. I don't think I'll need this. I don't think I'll need this. I don't think I'll need this. LBG gravity scale, grabbed object. Layer mask is the layer state of the object. And then my move script. Yes, I need to modify my move script. Okay. So I don't need this input. I don't think I need this input. What we'll do is we'll comment this out for now. Because what's happening is the interactor is going to handle this stuff. I think my controller just turned off. Hang on. Let me plug that in here. Let me just check this real quick. I'm at 44 minutes. Great. Great. Okay. So I think this... let's see. So what happens is I'll do the interaction. So this script is going to be on the box So the box itself knows its own rigid body, but it doesn't know the players. So toggle arm visibility. This has to do with the player. Layer state, grabbed object goes to grabbed layer. I don't need this right now. Grabbed object. Is it playing Christmas music? What? Clippy, stop. This is gonna need to change. Late update takes care of the arms. An update takes care of the position of the grabbed object. But now this has switched perspectives. It's gone from being from the perspective of the player to the perspective of the object. I can remove this. The grab point actually might be important still. I've lost my intelligence. I've got to like reset. We're gonna just put some debugs here. Debug.log. It's gonna say interaction call. Yeah, I've definitely lost my intelligence. Counteraction called. Interaction called. Okay. Let me just open this real quick. How do I want to do this? I know that there's no longer a grabbed object. Let's do a boolean. Let's just rewrite this. Private bool held equals false. Now we come down here and on this is literally just return held. Okay. Return held. That's all we need. On interact. on interact, I think we should say held is true, man. I think we can actually just get rid of all this stuff. And then shift tab this. Because we know it's getting grabbed. Shift tab this. We just say held equals true. Over here, we can do the same thing. Shift tab this. Shift tab this. And then held equals false. Held is the thing that's going to control the update function. If held, if you're held, then you move the game object into position. Grabbed object. Rigid body 2D. Grab object is defined here. Layer state equals grabbed object. Where is grabbed object defined? It needs to be defined somewhere. Oh, okay. So, I'll just do it in the awake function. So we'll just say grabbed object is equal to get component rigid body 2D, like that. Okay, so grabbed object would be defined here. Then obj gravity scale is also defined here in the awake function. I don't have to define it anymore. Here, grabbed objects gravity scale, copy that. I can define it there now. I can make this, I can fix this. Hang on. Layer state. Okay, so this right here, come here with me. Okay. This does not need to happen. I take this. I don't need this anymore. I can take this. Toggle arm visibility. This is a private function that needs to go at the bottom. Toggle arm visibility. Now, this is my late update. This is my... okay, this is gonna need to change. I need a reference to the player here. Okay, game object dot find by tag. Hold on. Yep. Game object, find game object with tag blank. Game object, find game object by tag, and the tag is going to be player, and that's it. I think. Find game object with tag. There you go. With tag, player. And then here, the players.transform.position.x, blah, blah, blah. This should take care of that. And then it's this. Player, if you get too close, rigid body, move him backwards. I don't want to do it like this. Let's do this. Rigid body 2D player dot get components. It's gonna be rigid body 2D. What was this? And then it's gonna be player dot transform dot position. I think this still works. And then I don't need to do this. It'll just be add force to the player. There you go. This it's got to be player dot game object dot transform position X. Okay, that should do it. Now back to the interact. I can draw some gizmos for this. So we're gonna ask for a gizmo to be drawn by the interactor. On here. Gizmo color, yellow. How about we do red instead? I'm at 58 minutes. It's gonna be at the grab point position, grab range. Oh, wait, sorry. It's not by this. It's gonna be interact point, interact range. So then we come down here. Interact point, and interact range. Interact range. How is the eye pickup handling the spot to put it in? Hold point. What is hold point being defined by? Here, a point near the character where the object will be held. I got it. So hold point is gonna become a private. Private. Grab point, I don't even think is defined still. Let me do this. It shouldn't be defined anymore. Arms. Yeah, I don't need it. So I don't need this. This is where I can come down here. Don't need this. Transform hold point. Hold point is equal to game object dot find game object with tag, and then it's gonna be hold point. Hold point. And this is what we'll call all of them. Hold point dot transform. There you go. Do I still need this movement script? I think I'm gonna put the player above this. Above that, and then I'm gonna take hold point and put this here as well. This is okay. Okay, this is simplifying things for sure. Now this hold point, I need to kind of think about how I want to handle that. Let's come back here. Go to my player. Tag him. Add a tag for player. Did it work? I did. Player. Save that. Player. And then this is my hold point. This is my grab point. My grab point is the interaction point. This is going to be add a tag. We're going to call it hold point. What did I? Hold point. Yep. Hold point. Hold point. Okay. Now we're at an hour. I just want to see if this works. It says iPickup cannot have multiple base classes, mono behavior, and interactable. Frick. Will that work? It says inconsistent accessibility. Base class interactable is less accessible than class pickup. Okay. Just keep that. Let's come back here. Interface. Is that okay? Oh man. Okay, I have to close this. And then open it again. Rigid Body 2D? What the hell? Is it because I'm missing the Unity engine? No, what the heck? Did I spell it wrong? Rigid Body 2D. Huh? Oh. Sorry. Here. Fix it? What the hell? Did that fix it? Please. Okay, there's other typos. This is still a problem. Okay. Interfaces cannot contain instance fields. That's a problem for me. Interfaces cannot contain instance fields. Oh. Hang on. I gotta make sure that this is not copywritten. The music changed. This might be copywritten. 1 second. Stream. Safe. Jazz. You like jazz? I don't really like that. Yeah, this is the stuff I like. Why can't C# interfaces contain instance fields? Interfaces do not have implementation. For this, use an abstract class with the property year. To add what's been said here, interfaces are contracts, and a field is an implementation detail and that defines a slot in the machine's memory. Okay. This is like kind of integral to what I want to do. So let's try this again. Abstract class. That's totally fine. But I come over here and it gives me this. Cannot have multiple base classes. Okay. Let's go to chat and see what chat says. Okay, so with this, in C#, I am trying to implement a abstract class to a script that calls on mono behavior in Unity. It says that a script cannot call from multiple base classes. What do? What do I do? What do I do? In Unity, a class that inherits from mono behavior cannot directly inherit from another class because C# does not support multiple inheritances. However, we can still implement the functionality of the abstract class in a mono behavior derived class through composition or interfaces. Here's how you can approach it. Public abstract class, do something, interface, my interface. Okay, this I don't want to do. Composition. Public abstract class, my abstract class. Public class, my helper class. Public void do something. Refactor to helper class. Use the helper in mono behavior. Oh! Let's do that. Yes, it does. Oh. Sorry. Yep. Do this. Do this stuff. Public override void. Sorry, I forget. This is gonna override those things. Okay. Okay. This should work. Hey, what the hell? Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Oh man, I'm taking extra time. I just want to test this to see if things are okay. Climb up. Oh! No fucking way. Wait. Oh. Ah. It's because it's... I can still pick it up. I'm dumb. Okay. Okay. That did not work, actually. That actually did not work. So, some things that I have to fix. First off, this needs everything. Hey, what the hell? Okay, so something about the interaction. I do not care about... This is the interaction layer. Yeah. Let me go ahead and make a layer for this then. Let's just make this... add a layer. We'll just call it interactable. 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 It's fine. Let's call this interactable. Interactable. So the player. Interactable. I'll make that private in a second. Okay. So then we'll just open this up a little bit. Oh, yo! Okay, so this is working. There's a problem though. Okay. Okay, so there's some other issues that's going on right here, but those can be fixed. I've got it working. Counteraction call. Hey, it's working. Wow, who would have guessed the thing that I wrote is working? That's crazy. Look at all these errors. Right. That's fun. Okay, so this defines the arm stuff. Awesome. So instead of using an interface this time, we used an abstract class and had that abstract class inherit from or be based off of mono behavior, so that when we put the abstract class as the main class for the object, it had mono behavior as inside the base, but stacked all of my abstract stuff that I needed on top of that, which was the implementation of the action, release, and the class variable of interacting. So that should do it for today. We're ending on kind of a like error-ridden state, but that should be okay. First off, I'm going to clean up this stuff right here, the arm bone stuff. It just doesn't look good. I don't like the way it looks right now. Honestly, I feel as though I could potentially, like, I could clean this up for sure. I'm gonna do that in the next episode, next video. As it stands now, grabbed object mass, move script. Oh shit, hang on. Move script is, we can do, take this down here. Move script is player.gameObject. Oh, hang on. X this, put this here. Player object, there you go. That's the move script. That takes care of that error. There's some other errors. If we can pop this out. Whoa. Okay, so, and then it's variable arm bone not assigned, and then index was outside of bounds of array. This. Okay. I need to make it so that it's try instead. Also, that looked real bad. Man, I keep getting distracted. Hang on. I just want to fix this. The raycast try get component. I'll look up how to fix that. That's an error that'll show up later. Okay, I'm definitely done this time. Alright guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a good evening. I hope that you all had a good Thanksgiving as well if you're in the United States. Enjoy your holiday. And I will be seeing you in the next one. Alright guys, bye. Have a good one.